Hi everyone, welcome back to the Mom Rom-Com, your go-to podcast for everything motherhood, where we keep it real, relatable, and sometimes chaotic. Today's episode is deeply personal, not because we're talking about postpartum health, but because I've lived so much of what we're going to unpack today. Joining me today is someone who feels like the coach I wish I had 3 years ago, Dr. Sneha Ghildiyal. She's helped over 1,000 women reclaim their body after having a baby, right from energy, stamina, confidence, and most importantly, their relationship with themselves. Sneha, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Gunjan, for having me here in your podcast. You know, whatever you're creating inside this space, it is just real and raw. And many moms there, they're finding this so relatable. It is working like a therapy for them. And I'm so glad that I met you today. And we need more of such podcasts.
I want to start right at the heart of your story, Sneha. You're a mom of two girls, right? Tell me about them. And if, being a mom actually shaped your journey into postpartum coaching.
Motherhood is like a blessing in my life. I left my job of dentistry almost 9 years back. Okay. Right now, I'm a mother of two daughters, 7 and 4. They are full of energy, full of questions, full of, their eyes are always glittery.
Oh,
Okay.
that's so nice.
So, way back in 2018, when my elder daughter was born, that time I had no idea of motherhood. इतना छोटा सा बच्चा मेरे हाथ में है. I should love her, right?
Yeah.
But I'm so confused. My brain is just all fogged.
Yeah.
What to do now?
Yeah.
I had so many issues with my breastfeeding journey.
Yeah.
I was leaking. This journey was like it just transformed me.
Wow.
So I felt like I should study more about this
Wow,
motherhood,
yeah.
right? So then from there only my this journey, this Pahadi mom lips,
Yeah.
where I train many moms, right?
Yeah.
It started.
Wow, that literally gave me goosebumps. I remember giving birth to Ayan 3 years ago. And, I gave him birth in Canada. And while the medical system there was, very efficient, I did give him birth on a very, snowy day. And, after that, I was just handed like over a discharge slip. There was an adult diaper. There's a baby. That's it. And, I was so clueless when I got home and, I didn't even know how to sit properly without pain, because it was just so confusing. It was just like you're hit by a truck. You don't know what's happening.
Exactly. The same happened to me post-pregnancy. And the reason why I want more information on motherhood,
Yeah.
more information on postpartum health, that is required,
Yeah.
right?
And Sneha, I feel that's exactly the gap that that we need to fill in today's times. And I'm so glad that there are moms like you who are doing all the necessary work. That is beyond the medical system of any country, whether it's India or Canada. Postpartum is real, and we really need more trainers, more coaching, more awareness, and more education around this, especially for new moms. Sneha, one of the few things that I look back on with real gratitude is how my postpartum food journey started. My mom, flew all the way to Canada from India, and she was my anchor. She fed me so many nourishing meals, dalia, fresh cooked vegetables, and ajwain water. And I think I just remember myself lying in bed all sore, and just the smell of a freshly cooked food, it just used to make me feel that, yeah man, just hang on, everything's going to be okay. So I think, what do you think, like the whole food, what important role it plays for a mom in a postpartum journey?
From food starts your recovery journey. And food, not just random food, food which are wholesome, right?
Yep.
So like carbohydrates, like khichdi, dalia, for initial few days, just
Yep.
focus on easily digestible food, right? Then you have nuts, which
Yep.
are going to fuel your body,
Yep.
which will help in hormonal regulations, because right
Yeah.
now your body is going through a lot. There is
Yep.
a dip in hormone level post-pregnancy, right?
Yep.
And it impacts your health very badly. right?
Now that I look back, and I just feel that, she was feeding me all the good things, healthy fats, carbs, protein. And, I think that made all the difference in my, postpartum recovery. So, Sneha, I think for all the moms tuning in who don't have that kind of support system, let's, help them and let's get to the real question straight. So, Sneha, what are the top 3 foods that, a new postpartum mom should include in her diet?
So always start with the easily digestible food. Like for initial few days means initial like first week, you can start with dalia, khichdi, then all the staple diet, whatever you are being fed at home, right? So that is easily on your gut, right? Because right now many moms they're suffering. They literally have a lot of acidity issues,
Yep,
right?
yep.
So for that, always go for the light foods, okay?
Yep.
Then you can have some healthy fats. Again, they will help you in giving energy to your body, because right now you need energy, a lot of energy,
then
right?
there's
You're
no
breastfeeding.
sleep.
Exactly,
There's
you're
no
breastfeeding
sleep.
your child,
Yeah.
right? And then protein.
Yep.
That is must for every mom there.
Love that, Sneha. Coming to protein, that's the hot topic of conversation these days. What do you think are the, best protein sources for vegetarian moms like me?
So first I'll talk about the protein part. Why is it so important post-pregnancy? As we have read in school days also, that protein are the building blocks of your body.
Yep.
So if you're not having enough protein, how
Yep.
will your body heal? Right?
Yeah.
So easily available protein
Yep.
is for vegetarians especially.
Yep.
It is paneer, tofu, soya nuggets.
Yep.
Right? And when it comes to non-vegetarians, you can have eggs, chicken,
Yep.
fish, right?
Yeah.
So that will just fuel your body and help in coming out of the wounds, right?
Yep.
Whether
Yep.
you had vaginal delivery or C-section,
Yep.
you need to recover from that. So
Yeah.
protein is must for every mom.
I
But-
actually, see so many reels by new moms that, this magic drink will shrink away your bloating, or, this is the
Exactly.
magic drink that I had, to fit into my old jeans and pop this show and ajwain water. And I also had it for the first 40 days. And, of course, the bloating went away. There was a lot of gas that I used to pass. And I used to feel lighter on the stomach. But no, I did not shrink my mommy pouch. It took me 1 year to get back to my old weight.
It is a very famous detox drink, but
Yeah.
it will never help you that way.
Yeah.
For that, you need balanced diet.
Yeah.
And yes, some form of exercises if you want to reduce weight, like in future. Right now, your body is not in that phase of you have to reduce or you have to just bounce back. No,
Yeah.
not right now.
I'm-
For initial 40 days, just focus on the rest part. Okay, and some little movements which you can do that will definitely help you in like restoring your body.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're busting so many myths that I see floating on Instagram, that you have to bounce back, and so yeah, I think Sneha, also coming to most important thing, snacking. Gosh, new moms, they snack so much. I'll tell you a very funny story. I'll actually also just add in the picture here. So when I was in my newly postpartum phase, I actually had a bedside cart, and that was supposed to have all my nursing items. It was supposed to have my diapers, and trust me, 90% of it was filled with snacks, and I used to snack at all the possible odd hours. So for all the new moms tuning in, could you tell us some healthy and some nutritious snack ideas?
Adding some chaat masala, that will just enlighten your mood.
Yeah, I actually feel that, I wish I had somebody like you to guide me at that time. I was just so clueless, for me, because you're breastfeeding, you're so hungry, you catch your hands on whatever you can grab your eyeballs on, and you gobble that up. So I think in postpartum, food, I feel planning and external support is so much important. It just again comes back to support system. So, closing this segment by, one interesting thing that I really liked about you is, the fact that you're not asking, women and especially new moms to starve, you're asking them to, eat right, be mindful of, what you're eating. So I think, I think let's move on to the next segment. Okay, Sneha, let's actually clear a major confusion now. When can a new mom start moving again? Because I see so much conflicting information thrown around on internet. Some say it's 6 weeks, some say it's 3 months, and some were like me, who were just scared to do the right thing, so they did not move. So what do you think about this?
Okay, I'll just tell you one honest thing post pregnancy. you're not supposed to sit at one place for very long. You have a child in your hand, right? You can't just sleep on for whole day. You have to start with some movement, some kind of movement. As we say that food is a first thing for recovery. Second comes the movement. When you start moving slowly, circulation in your body increases, right?
Yep.
The blood circulation is more. Your recovery starts from here only.
Yeah.
Okay. So this thing that's for 6 weeks, don't do anything, just lie down on floor, will not work for moms. Okay.
Yep.
It will just slow down their healing.
Yeah.
So always start with like slow walks. You can start with 2 to 3 minutes walk around your bed.
Yep.
Then what you can do is you can start with 360 breathing or diaphragmatic breathing. You can just lie down on the bed, or you can just sit, keeping one pillow at your back. Okay, so that will just relax your mind a little. Right, because right now your body is going through a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety.
True.
So this diaphragmatic breathing will help you in reducing that.
Yeah.
Most important thing here is core strengthening. That will also help you in strengthening your core, right? So a little movement will definitely help you.
Sneha, it makes so much sense now. I remember during, my, early newborn days with Ayan, it was just like so foggy, you're sleepless, and the only kind of workout that, I could squeeze in was, just rocking him to sleep at 3 a.m. and, just getting some steps in. So I, faintly remember that was my first workout. So yeah, I think very true. I love that, the fact that, you're not stressing over the fact that, you're just supposed to rest, because that's what I was told. 40 days, you're not supposed to move. But, you'll go crazy if you don't move. Your body needs some motion to get some change of, mood. So many more things, they contribute that.
Exactly. Because, you're breastfeeding mom also,
Yeah.
right? You're sitting at one place for very long. Your posture is not correct. You're just leaning down like this, right? Now there will be a lot of tightness in your back.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the real struggles of motherhood will start.
Yeah.
Pains.
Yeah.
Right. So for that only, you have to start with basic stretches.
Yeah. So I think for all the new moms that are tuning in, what are the three basic, tips or three basic exercises that you recommend that they can start with for early movement?
So like I said, always go for 360 breathing.
Okay.
I tell every client of mine who join my program, like post 6 weeks or 8 weeks, we always start with 360 breathing. And this 360 breathing is magical.
Yeah.
It will just not only help you in relaxing your mind, but again, some core strengthening. And when your core starts like getting strong, you will start feeling better. For like daily activities with your child will be very easy for you. Then comes your basic stretches, right? That will help in correcting your posture. In that, some like hinge you can do. Hinge actually helps in correcting the posture. Then you can do some stretches, like I said, some wall angels or floor angels, wherever you want to do it. And glute bridges, again a very, very effective exercise for moms.
Sneha, I love what you said that, even in postpartum, every movement, even like breathing, this is also movement. So, even intentional breathing is also something that, that can help you in your recovery. So, it again brings me back to the same, thought that I keep having all the time that, as new moms, why are we pressurized so much? Like, I think we pressurize ourselves more that, because for me, like, I'll be very honest, for me, movement is equals to like a very rigorous gym session or a Pilates session. Like, you've just changed my whole perception about fitness that, even rocking my son to sleep, that's also movement. And, I should be proud of myself for doing that when, in my early postpartum days, which I wasn't.
Exactly. What is wrong with our society is, once the mom is home and they start coming, people start coming, they'll just take the baby in their hand. Okay, baby bada pyara hai. What about you? You still look the same. The problem is with our society. Okay, they only fill us with such thoughts that post-pregnancy, recovery is not must. Bouncing back culture should be there, right?
I think I'm so anti bouncing back culture. I just want this. I've mentioned this so many times previously that I hate the fact that this is even anybody actually dares to even question a new mom, whether it is stretch marks, whether it is their mommy pouch. Like, I mean, giving birth is in itself such a big deal. I mean, the least you can do is, appreciate them rather than, passing a comment on their body, which is so personal. So yeah,
Exactly.
I think the personal, the weight loss, everything, it should be personal. It should not come out of for any new mom, that's tuning in. I would want to just stress so much on the fact that the fact that you're planning to lose weight, you want to go back into your older clothes. It should only be a personal choice. It should not come out of any pressure from a family member or a society or a work colleague or anything. Instagram, like you see new moms on Instagram flaunting that, okay, I'm fitting into my old jeans. Good for them. You take your own goddamn time, and you heal, you recover in your own sweet time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The most important part which I loved about you is you just said that appreciate.
Yeah.
This word is lagging
Yeah.
these days. Everyone is like full of judgments.
Yep.
मैंने कर लिया, तुमने क्यों नहीं किया अभी तक?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is the thing.
Yeah, and-
who are just appreciating each other, making each other journey much better.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's so important to have mom friends, especially who get you. Like, if of course they're in the same season, of your life. Secondly, I think they give you judgment-free advice, judgment-free presence. Just the looks of it. I've recently moved to India, and I've met a lot of moms when I drop my son at his school. I notice the glares. I notice the way they look at me. I'm like, bro, I'm in my PJs. That's how it's supposed to be. I can't dress up at 9 a.m. like you. So yeah, I think that's the thing about India, and we really need to let go of that
Yes.
judgment, especially with moms. And the sad part is moms judging moms.
That is the
We really
worst
need
part.
to get,
Yes,
we really
yes,
need to
yes.
get done with it. So Sneha, I want to talk about something that took way too long for me to discover, and that's diastasis recti. It's this word that's thrown away so much on Instagram, and no one really explains it when you need it the most, especially during the early postpartum days. I actually didn't even know it existed until my 6-week checkup at my gynec in Canada. She told me that, okay, you have a 2.5 finger gap, and that's it. She did not tell me what to do about it. So, what exactly is diastasis recti for all the new moms tuning in, and why does nobody talk about it, especially at health checkups in India?
So, like you just said, there are so many moms who are unaware of the fact what actually happened with the body post pregnancy. Why do they still look pregnant even
Yeah.
after months or years of pregnancy? They have this back pain issues, they are leaking, they have this constipation issues, they feel like in morning the tummy is flat, by the end of the day it looks like a balloon. So basically, this condition is known as diastasis recti. This condition is bound to happen to every mom,
Okay.
whether you, me,
Okay.
we all had it. Okay. Now, post pregnancy, within 6 weeks or 2 months, it is okay on its own.
Yeah.
Right?
It heals itself.
Yeah, it heals. But in some cases, it remains there for very long. And
Okay.
moms are unaware of this fact. And they are doing exercises like planks, running, jumping, and crunches.
Do they make it worse?
Yes.
Okay.
They make it really worse. It can lead to hernia also, which
Okay.
is a very painful condition in 80% cases, right? So it's better we learn it,
Yep.
we know about it before we make it more worse.
Yeah.
Right.
And one more question that I have, about diastasis recti is, is it more prone to women who have vaginal birth, or is it more prone to women who have C-section births? Is it regardless of, like, what kind of birth you have?
No, it is bound to happen to every mom, whether
Okay.
you had a vaginal delivery or
Okay.
C-section. Like I told you, it is a pressure issue.
Yeah.
The intra-abdominal pressure is increasing. So that is the reason, that is the real cause of this.
Okay.
So now post-pregnancy, you can heal out of it within 6 or 8 weeks.
Why do you think, like, there is no awareness about this, especially in India? Like, why don't people talk about it, especially gynecologists? Like,
Yes, they don't exactly have that much time to examine everyone for diastasis or tell them. They just did their work.
So Sneha, I have one question for all the new moms that are tuning in. Like, of course, I had the benefit of, a gynecologist in Canada helping me, identify that I have DR. But can a new mom, check at home that if she has diastasis recti?
Yes, they can. They can just do it inside their home only, right? You
Yeah.
just have to lie down on the floor,
Okay.
or on the bed. Now just keep your knees bent.
Okay.
You have to place your 4 fingers around your navel area.
Okay.
Right? And slightly lift your head. You don't have to do a crunch.
Okay.
Slightly lift your head. So when you lift your head, you will see the muscles coming close.
Okay.
If you don't feel it, then you put other 4 fingers more. Okay? Now again, you just lift your head a little. You will feel the muscles from sides touching your fingers, right? Now this time you are in the activated zone.
Okay.
Right? So definitely the muscles will come close. Now go back to the floor. Now when you're about to touch the floor, just check how many fingers you can fit in between the gap.
Okay.
Right? For example, if it is like 4 fingers inside, after 4 finger you feel the gap.
Okay.
Then that means you have 4 finger gap.
Okay.
Or if you have more, you can feel it after 6 finger also.
Oh.
Right? So accordingly you can see. Then the second thing which you can go for is abdominal scan.
Okay.
You can just get it written by your gynec, okay? Or you can just go to the gynecologist itself, right? She can just check it there. Or you can go for the ultrasound.
Okay. And in case if somebody has DR who's watching us right now, what are the things that they should, what physical activities they should, avoid, and what physical activities that they should do, to fix DR?
Post-pregnancy moms suffer a lot of shame because of this belly part, right? They're like, you still look pregnant. So moms, in this pressure, they start doing crunches, planks, right? Running. And this flutter kicks, right? They are very bad for your abdominal health. Okay. It will increase the gap. Right? It will increase the gap. You can have other issues also, like pelvic floor issues. You can have urine leakage issues. So it's better to avoid them, okay? Rather than focus on core strengthening part. Like I said earlier also, start with 360 breathing. Start with light stretches. Then you can have, you can do heel slides, toe tap. They're very good exercises along with the breathing part. Then glute bridges. And then dheere dheere you can just jump on to other exercises, but not the high intensity one.
But can we actually, like somebody who's suffering from DR, can we actually completely heal it? Is it possible?
So this is a very good question. So again, I'll tell you one thing. There is a connection between which joins the muscle. That connection is known as linea alba. So now this linea alba should be very strong. Okay. If it is compromised, then obviously your core health is more compromised. You can just have a functional DR, like 3-finger gap you have, but you have your core, you're doing all your work nicely. You don't have any issues. But this strength, this connective tissue, it should be very
strong.
Yeah, it
and
should
how
be
can
strong.
How can I make, like a mom
like I told you, start with the basics. Like I tell in my core rehab program, I always start with basic things like breathing, 360 breathing, then incorporating this breathing in your exercises, glute bridges, toe tap, heel slides. Then a very important part, strength training.
Yeah.
So I see many moms, they are like afraid of picking weights.
Yeah.
You're not even, they are not ready to pick even 2 kg. What is the weight of your child? Tell me.
I put a 15 kg child to sleep, and
Exactly.
moms can do anything.
Yes.
Period.
We need a lot of strength post pregnancy.
Yeah.
And many there, they will tell you, nahi, वेट मत उठाना, बिल्कुल भी मत उठाना, क्योंकि आपके स्टिचेस पे, इफ यू आर अ सी सेक्शन मॉम, आपके स्टिचेस पे प्रॉब्लम आएगी.
So
who will pick your child up? Nobody else will come at your place कि आपको बच्चा उठा के दे दे. You will have to do it, right?
So that's might as well fix your body and make it.
Exactly. And that's why I make this very sure in my program that you have to buy weights.
Yeah.
You have to buy weights.
So I think the key takeaway of our entire conversation till now would be breathing. I think any new mom tuning in, if you're planning to have a child, I think just get your facts right around food, nutrition, understand about strength training, know about postpartum, And I am a mom of 3-year-old, and regret not reading more about all these things in my pregnancy, and which is why my postpartum was so foggy. And we need more postpartum education, more awareness, more coaches to aware moms, to make them more able of what's going to come after birth, because that's the real deal. Like, pregnancy is a cakewalk, I feel. The real deal is after you have the child, and it never ends.
See, pregnancy is a very beautiful phase of one's life, but it is an injury too. And when you're coming out of this injury, you have to do something, right?
Yep.
For example, you got hurt here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you will do? You will not start running the next day. You will apply some ointment, then you
Yep.
will just wrap up this area. But we are not doing the same with our core. Why? Because of this bounce back culture.
Yeah.
हमें तो बिल्कुल वैसा ही होना है जैसे हम पहले थे, before our baby, right? So that needs to stop, and that's what I teach my clients.
Neha, I want to talk about something deeply personal: postpartum depression. We often think it's a phase or it's a mindset issue. And if we loved our child enough, and if we're more grateful for all that we have, it would just go away. But sadly, in my case, it didn't. Did you have any episode of postpartum depression?
Yes, I had. Way back in 2018, after my first child, I had no knowledge about anything
Yeah.
related to motherhood.
Yeah.
Because nobody told me, right? So I was supposed to love my baby myself, but I was not. I was just doing the opposite, just crying and crying for no reason,
Yeah.
right? And then I came to know about PPD from my sister-in-law. She is a physician. She told my husband that she is suffering from PPD,
Yeah.
postpartum depression. And I have a very supportive family,
Yeah.
Gunjan, very supportive family. They help me a lot. It is a chemical imbalance which happens to moms post-pregnancy, right? When you come back from hospital, you feel like you are like disconnected from this whole world.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't want to be in like any activity,
Yeah.
right?
So true, Sneha. I think I've actually just I'm just reminded of all the things that I felt during my early postpartum days, and it just brings me back to one very the one question that's been on my mind that I wanted to ask you was, does right kind of food it helps you in coming out of your postpartum depression?
Actually, it helps a lot. What is PPD? It is basically a chemical imbalance in your body, right?
yeah.
Your hormones, your pregnancy hormones, they're going down,
Yeah.
right? And then you start feeling this mood changes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
Now you have to fuel your body enough.
Yeah.
Have good amount of carbs, have good amount of fats. They will help in regulating the hormones.
Okay.
Right? So definitely you have to nourish your body.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It is a very important major part of recovery.
Yeah. So, what would you say to a new mom, who's right now tuning in? She's sitting in her room alone. She's feeding her baby. She can't recognize herself in the mirror. She doesn't feel like herself. What are the few things that she can do to, to come out of PPD?
Yes, this is something which comes under women empowerment.
Yeah.
There is a message from my side to all the ladies who are watching this today. Just be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Just be kind. Don't do any kind of negative talk.
Yeah.
Right? Just start loving yourself more. You have done an incredible job.
Yeah.
Right? Just forget about people, what they're talking to you or what judgments they're passing to you.
Yeah.
You are a tigress.
Yeah.
Right? And like a tigress, be happy from inside. The happiness matters a lot.
Yeah.
Right? So when you're happy inside, you will pass on to your kid also,
Yeah.
to your baby, right?
Yeah.
So that matters the most.
So, I think having positive affirmations around, having people around you who constantly reassure you, it just makes so much difference. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Appreciation is must for
Yeah.
every mom there. It brings a lot of change in her life. She's not
Yeah.
aware, especially when you're a first time mom.
Yeah.
Second time you have experience. But when you meet a first time mom, always ask about her health first. Everyone is talking about the baby. How is baby? Is he breastfeed? Like he's taking breastfeed or not? How is he? but nobody's talking about the mom, right? She has gone through a lot during the pregnancy phase. A lot of things came out of from her body, right? So ask, the first thing you have to do is ask that lady, how is she doing now?
Yeah.
Right? Is she happy?
I think a beautiful thought to close this segment. So yeah, I think as we are, Dr. Sneha, as we are approaching the end of this conversation, there's this one thing that just stayed with me so much, and I want to, know your thoughts around it. Is me time, especially for moms.
I just like the idea of me time. We moms, we are doing so much.
Yeah.
See, once we become a mom, right, there is something inside us which changes us, right? If you ask about me, I was a very lazy person before my pregnancy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just lying on bed doing nothing. Okay,
Yeah.
that I used to be like that. But after pregnancy, everything just changed, and my mom was totally surprised to see me.
Yeah.
I am more kind, I'm more caring.
Aww.
I'm giving more love.
Yeah.
That's how motherhood changes you, right?
So true.
And this happened because I had a support system, right? So my mental health was good that time when I delivered my second daughter. I would say after first daughter I had lots of struggle, but second daughter I was very, very happy.
So nice.
Because of the support system. You
Yeah.
definitely need a good support system. And me time, like you were asking me about the me time, I am taking this me time after my first pregnancy.
Yeah.
And that helps a lot, right? Why? Because most of the mothers, they get exhausted.
Yeah.
Right? We have to do a lot throughout the day.
I love that. Sneha, from my personal experience, just 5 minutes of being Gunjan, not mama, not a wife, not a daughter-in-law, not a working mom. It just makes me feel so good. It just fills my cup, and I feel I come back as a better person. So the me time can be anything. It can be a cup of coffee, it can be a workout session, can be a dinner date with your girlfriends. So I think all the moms watching this, please don't hesitate in finding your me time, and make that a consistent habit, that you squeeze in that time out of your schedule, so that you come back as a better person, as a better mom for your kids. Sneha, I think so many moms, they wait until they come to like a breaking point. We wait until we, cry on the bathroom floor. We wait until, our bodies give up and we fall sick. Why is this the case? Why do we actually wait till the end to ask for, our own me time?
This is very natural, very natural post pregnancy. And very few moms, they know that now we are approaching the burnout phase.
Yep.
We have to start taking time for
Yep.
ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Because once you reach that burnout phase,
Yeah.
you will just lose yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, I've seen many moms doing that. Okay, in the process of growing your child, you're taking care of your family also, right?
Yeah.
You don't have just one job to just look after the kid. You are just running a house.
Yeah.
You are the engine of the house,
Yeah,
right?
that engine
Exactly.
has to be oiled. That engine has to be, serviced on time. Sneha, honestly, I didn't feel that I'll, get so emotional after this conversation. But trust me, this hour and a half of speaking with you, it just felt like therapy. How was your experience?
Same here, Gunjan. It is like when like-minded people meet, right?
Yeah.
Especially like-minded moms.
Yes.
They know their struggle. They know where they lack, right?
Yeah.
But they are not here to judge each other, right? So that is the thing which happened with me today, and I'm too glad that I met you today and we had this conversation.
Yeah. So Sneha, I see so many reels bombarded on the internet about Ajwain water being the miracle and being the magic potion to shrink the mommy pouch. Do you think it's the real deal, or do you think it's a scam just to grab some extra views? Thank you so much, Sneha, for being here, for being so candid, for being so honest, and and for giving out so much information for all the new moms tuning in. And lastly, I feel thank you for being the coach, who sees the whole of moms, not just their measurements. It's just so rare to have people like you, who are supporting moms, through the postpartum phase. So kudos to you.
Again, I would say thank you so much for having me here in your
Yeah,
podcast.
thank you.
It was a lovely conversation with you,
Yeah.
and you are doing an amazing job
Thank
again.
you. Thank you so much. I honestly didn't expect to feel this emotional, but this conversation, it felt like therapy. Thank you, Dr. Sneha, for being here, for being honest, and for being the kind of coach who sees the whole mom and not just her measurements. Guys, please follow Dr. Sneha Ghildiyal on Instagram. I'll be adding her profile link in the comment below. She shares incredibly practical and healing content for moms. And if you like this episode, please share it with a friend. Let's normalize recovery, one honest conversation at a time.